Good morning and welcome to our Lady Ashini and Lady Kakushini Memorial Service today. My name is Liz and I use they, them pronouns, and I'll be the chairperson for today. We will begin with the ringing of the concho, followed by the chanting of Sanbutsuge. You can chant and follow along on the screen or in the purple service book on page 79.
Namandats, 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 namandats. 領大小修行語者一切死と小物不尿具の検証不逆非尿語者小物世界部不影節の光明失笑変死小国尿税精進人難量量が差物国の第一五種奇妙超絶国尿内四に無とそがと愛民実法来生心熱症状意図がこ下落安穏好物神妙心象発願の非力少々欲実法生存無下上量子孫地が信用軽量子子食毒中願行精進人流不敬ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブがにしくどく平等性一切道本菩大心往生何万脱何万脱何万脱何万脱何万脱何万脱何万脱
We will now have the reading of the three treasures and Sankyemon.
I invite you to please join me, hands together, as we recite together the three treasures. Hard is it to receive a human form. Now we have received it. Difficult is it to hear the Buddha Dharma. Now we hear it. If we do not receive awakening in this life, in what life shall we do so? Let us reverently take refuge together in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. Together with all beings, may we attain the great way of enlightenment, awakening to the supreme intent of the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. Together with all beings, may we enter the storehouse of Dharma, acquiring wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. Together with all beings, may we become united at the great assembly, being free of all bondage. Hard is it to encounter the supreme, profound, and wondrous Dharma, even in 100,000 million kalpa. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true intent of the Tathagata. Sankyemon. Ninjin ukegatashi imasude ni uku. Buppo kikigatashi imasude ni kiku. Konomi konjo ni mukatte dosezun wa, sarani izure no shou ni mukatte ka konomi o dosen. Daishu moro tomo ni shishin ni sanbo ni kieshi tate matsuru beshi. Mizu kara butsu ni kieshi tate matsuru. Masa ni negamaku wa shujou to tomo ni daido o taige shite mujou yo okosan. Mizu kara hou ni kieshi tate matsuru. Masa ni negamaku wa shujou to tomo ni kaku kyouzo ni irite chie umi no gotoku naran. Mizu kara sou ni kieshi tate matsuru. Masa ni negamaku wa shujou to tomo ni daishu o tori shite issai muge naran. Mujou jinji mimyo no hou wa 100,000 万語にもあようことかたし、我今検問し受事することを得たり、願わくは如来の真実義を下し立てまつらん。ナモアミダブツナマンダブナマンダブツナマンダブナマンダブツナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブツナマンダブナマンダブ。
Our guest speaker today is Reverend George T. Matsubayashi, Minister Emeritus of the Buddhist Churches of America. He was born in Hilo, Hawaii, and from 1960 to 1963, he was minister of the Honpa Honganji Mission of Hawaii, Honolulu, Betsuin. In 1965, he was a part-time minister at the Venice Honganji Buddhist Temple while attending UCLA. From 1970 to 1976, he was a minister at the Los Angeles Honpa Honganji Buddhist Temple and its branch temple, the Venice Honganji Buddhist Temple. And from 1976 to 1999, he was the first resident minister of Venice Honganji Buddhist Temple. In 1999, he became the 8th Rinban of the Los Angeles Honpa Honganji Buddhist Temple. And finally, in 2009, he entered retirement. Reverend Matsubayashi will now deliver his Dharma message in English and Japanese.
Namanda, 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 namanda. Would you please join me in Gassho meditation? Namanda, namanda. Esini, the lady, Esini is the wife of our founder, Shinran Shonin. Letter that was written by Esini Samatu, the youngest daughter of Shinran and Esini Kakushinni in Kyoto. They found 10 of letters, 1921, by Professor Kyodo Washio from the Honganji archives room. The last letter, the 10th letter, it goes like this. In her last letter, letter 10, to her daughter Kakushinni, Eshinni-sama wrote, quote, "And I often think of your children and would like to hear the most recent news about them. I would really like to know about your oldest child, grandson Kakue. Or would there ever be a chance for me to visit you or for you to come to see me once more while I am still alive? Most likely not. I am ready to go to the land of bliss at any moment. In the land of bliss, we will be able to know everything clearly, so I hope that you shall live the life of Nembutsu and come join me there." 絵心理様、最後の手紙に、私は極楽に今すぐにでも参ることでございましょう。極楽では何事も明らかにご覧になれるはずでございますから、あなた様も必ずお念仏を申されて、極楽でお目にかかりましょう。と書いてありました。受けた京都の覚心理様は、それを読まれて深く深く感動されたということであります。ナマンナブツナマンナブツナマンナブツ。Thank you very much for allowing me to come to the West LA Honganji Buddhist Temple. The Reverend Takata and you, the members of the West LA, is always nice being neighbor temple from the Venice Honganji where I served 34 years, 1970 to 1999, before I moved back to Los Angeles, between. I was born, like MC mentioned, that in Hawaii, but I was only 2 years old when we went back to Japan, and my father came back to Hawaii right after, took us back to Japan, and before the war started, he was number 2 ship, the boat, taken into the mainland, and we didn't see him for 5 years. When I went back to Japan, of course, I was only 2 years old, so I couldn't pick up the Pidgin English. I don't know how to speak Pidgin English, not only Pidgin English, other English, only Japanese. When I came back to Hawaii in 1960, as a minister at age of 21, I did not know how to speak English. I know how to write and read with a dictionary, but when I came to Hawaii, we are the last ministers shipped from Japan by boat. Took 8 days. Or the BCA ministers around my time, Reverend Okada, he came up a couple years later than I am, came to BCA, but they all came by flight, airplane. Minister of Hawaii, we received, Takata Sensei knows that, Minister of Hawaii, we received $300 and buy the boat, the ticket, $270. So he only had $30 in pocket when he got on the boat. So I used to smoke, I used to drink a lot, so that every day I have to limit my money, 50 cents for drink, and then 25 cents for cigarette for 8 days. But when I arrived in Honolulu, the Honolulu harbor, one of my father's friends gave me $20 bill. That was big money for me then. Whole week I was able to do that. But after we moved to Hawaii, 3 years served at the Hawaii Betsuin, and I moved to the mainland, to Wisconsin and Michigan to study English language. And Wisconsin, 1963, 1964, the 37 below zero, too cold. And then I experienced how much Shinran Shonin, when he was exiled to Echigo province, felt cold, the wind, snow. In 30, the coldest day was 37 below zero. And at those times, dormitories, window glass was 4 layers. And up to the last one, it's being all frozen. But all the students, the t-shirt and short, I couldn't believe how they can do it. But every morning, I started to have a nose bleeding. And so 1 year was enough. I left Wisconsin and then came back to UCLA for about 5 years. During that time, I came to serve at the Benison Ganji. But when I was really learning about the Jodo Shinshu teachings, most impressed things was Shinran Shonin is the one. In the Buddhist history, first went up to Mount Hiei, studying 20 long years of hard practice and study. He said that the more I study and practice, the more I find myself going away from receiving the awakening of faith or enlightenment, field enlightenment. So he left Mount Hiei at age of 29 and met with the master Honen Shonin, Saint Honen. He is the one who was teaching the Nembutsu teaching solemnly. We are the one that received the Nembutsu teaching and then become the ourself enlightened one. Not through our effort, with the Buddha's power, compassion, wisdom, we became the part of the Namu Amida Butsu. George Matsubashi becomes Namu Amida Butsu. And one of the main fellow, the Buddhist, we call Myokonin, the Asahara Saichi, was born and raised and then died in Shimane Prefecture, and Yunotsu, which is not too far from my temple in Japan. He said like this: Saicha shiawase omote mo mii yo. この世から南無阿弥陀仏にしてもらい、南無阿弥陀仏の名前で浄土に連れていなれる。最茶幸せ思うてもみいよ。南無阿弥陀仏にしてもらい、この世から浮世からこの世から南無阿弥陀仏で浄土に仏様の国につられて祈る。How fortunate I am the Saichi. I'm made to become the Namu Amida Butsu. And from this land of human life, I am the Namu Amida Butsu. And with the Namu Amida Butsu, I brought back to the Pure Land to become Buddha myself. So it's not my doing Namu Amida Butsu, but I become Namu Amida Butsu. It's not because I become Namu Amida Butsu. Buddha Hongan, the Hongan power, is the one who makes George Matsubashi to become Namu Amida Butsu. And Namu Amida Butsu, I am the Namu Amida Butsu. Then Shinran Shonin understanding it, only solemn work of Amida Buddha we become enlightened one. So that was the teaching that Honen Shonin was doing that. And so one time he said, Shinran ni okite wa nenbutsu shite hotoke ni natte iku. Yoki hito no oose o komurite shinzuru hoka ni betsu no sai naki. For me, Shinran, all I need is Namu Amida Butsu, And Namu Amida Butsu is the one who brought me to the realm of Nirvana. And this is we call the Jodo Mon, become the Buddha in Jodo. And so Shinran Shonin is the one who first left Mount Hiei and then to become the follower of Honen Shonin, and then practice Nembutsu, Namu Amida Butsu. And then this Namu Amida Butsu became very popular in Japan, so that several years later, Namu Amida Butsu was banned from the government. You cannot jump the Namu Amida Butsu. So Master Honen was exiled to Tosa province, and the Shinran himself was exiled to Echigo province, which is very cold area in northern part of Japan. And where he spent 5 years as an exiled the man. So he named those times you cannot punish the priest. The priest has to become the common name person, so that Shinran from high-end to Yoshi Genshin, Fuji Yoshi Genshin, and then exiled to Kyoto, Echigo province. It was cold. And so one of the poems he wrote was, Samuku tomo, tamoto ni ireyo nishi no kaze, mira no kuri kara fuite kuru to omoeba. Even if it's really cold, please accept and receive and enjoy the cold when you realize that cold wind is coming from the west land of the Amida Buddha. And so Shinran Shonin, even hard time in a cold area in Echigo province, spent 5 years. During that time, now come to Lady Eshinni. Shinran Shonin was about 38, and Eshinni-sama was 9 years younger than Shinran Shonin. So he married to the Lady Eshinni, the first Buddhist priest ever officially married to the lady. That's Eshinni-sama. They call in Japanese Nikujiki Saitai. First Buddhist priest or any priest married to the lady and become husband and wife. And then as you realize that, Eshinni, Lady Eshinni was the first lady ever married to the Buddhist priest officially, and become mother for the 6 children, and grandchildren, knowing about 5 of them. That's the reason that Eshinni-sama is the one who became the first lady in household. Nembutsu teaching, you don't have to go up to the monastery, living your own family life. You as you are now, you can enjoy the teaching, because Nembutsu is the one which comes to each and every one of us, knows no discrimination, man or woman, or bad and then good person, or young or old. No separation, no distinction. Everybody is under the Nembutsu, Namu Amida Butsu. We become enlightened one. So no matter how you're good or bad, no way Amida Buddha will never leave you alone. And the Shinran Shonin's exile in Echigo, 2 years before I retired, Okada Sensei, did you go Japan you went with us, George and you and me and the Kujo? 4 of us, BCA members, are invited to, of course, from Hawaii. Takata Sensei, 行ったことある? From Hawaii, BCA, British Church of America, Canada, Brazil, from Europe, Buddhist ministers are invited to participate 1 week seminar, no? that day, 2 days, we are taken to the Kokubu Betsuin, where Shinran Shonin was exiled in the Echigo. That time, we stayed at the Kokubu Betsuin, the temple, the dormitory, and all the ministers stayed overnight at the dormitory. But I asked the Dimban, may I have the opportunity to sleep in the main chapel? The reason why I am asking you is I snore a lot, so that I bothered other ministers, so that I gotta be by myself. So I was given the privilege of sleeping in the main chapel. And then over here, you can see Buddha's statue in the middle, Amida Buddha, and then you know the Shinran Shonin on this side, and the other side was Renyo Shonin, and where the other side was the 7 masters from our Jodo Shinshu heritage, no? And then this side, extreme, this saying is Prince Shotoku, who brought Buddhism to Japan. That's we have it. But the Kokubu Betsuin is only one temple. Has one, the Shumido, we call the stage like that. Amida Buddha and the Shinran Shonin together with the one Shumidan. And then where the Shinran Sama is placed here, a Shinni Sama's big statue was enshrined. No? So that's the difference from, so I was so surprised, and then, gee, I never seen that the Buddha and the Shinran Shonin on the same the stage, Shumidan. And then Eshinni Sama was placed on the Eshin. Then, just like here, all that ceiling, beautiful decoration of the lotus flowers, the flying angels. So I was sleeping up there, enjoying, watching, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, fell asleep with the Shinran Shonin, with the Amida Buddha, one Shimidan. And then that's the first experience I never forget. Important part is Eshinni Sama is the first lady who lived in Echigo, and went back to Kyoto around Shinran Shonin was 62, no? The Eshinni Sama lady was 9 years younger than Shinran Shonin. So they went back to Kyoto after 20 years in Kanto area. And then Eshinni Sama around the 1724, Eshinni Sama is just about 73 years old. Eshinni Sama returned to the Echigo, and it says here in the letter number 3. Since I do not know anything about cultivating the land, and I do not know what to do with the farming, this world seems increasingly undependable. I myself do not have many years left to live. So much matters should not be any concern, but I do not live alone. Here we have with us our grandchildren, the orphaned girl and a boy of my daughter from Oguro, and all of the Maskata children are always here with us also. So I feel like I become much younger, and I feel like I became a mother again. At any rate, I do not know how long they will live. Eshinni Sama, at age of 73, went back to Echigo province to take care of the farm and then other father's business. And also because of the grandchildren, the Oguro Nyobo 2 kids, Nyobo daughter, the mother passed away earlier, so that I had to take care of the grandchildren. And then Maskata Dayu's the children always come here. So 3, 4, 5 grandkids are always around home. And my wife, I do not want to say how old she is, but she is still taking care of the grandkids. Every Tuesday, Thursday, take back and forth to school. And then every weekend, she goes to South Pasadena to spend the time with the 2 grandchildren who lost their father, our son Dean, at age of 49, 6 years ago. So still spending the time with the grandchildren. We are having the same life as Eshinni-sama. So when I think of Eshinni-sama, Shinran-sama, Shinran-sama, Eshinni-sama are the model of the life that we are truly, truly enjoying at this present time. Otherwise, we have to always leave the home and to study Buddhism to become a strong Buddhist and to become enlightened one. But Shinran Shonin, through his experience and understanding of Buddhism, we are able to enjoy a happy life within the family, together with children, grandchildren, and then sometimes great-grandchildren. That's the life of the household. The Nembutsu teaching, Amida Buddha's compassion and wisdom, never discriminate any person. Every one of them are going to be placed into the realm of nirvana, become the Buddha. And not only that, once you become the Buddha, you're not going to stay in there. Even 800 years now, later, Eshinni-sama is still alive with us. Today, we still at Buddhist temple, observe the memorial service together with Eshinni and Kakushinni, youngest daughter of Shinran Shonin and Eshinni. 1986 in Japan, they are the one who decided showing the Eshinni Day, Lady Eshinni, thanking, honoring Lady Eshinni. So Japan Federation of Buddhist Women's Association made a resolution to choose the Eshinni-sama Day Memorial Service. In 1977, Southern District Buddhist Women's Association made a resolution saying that choose 1 of October Sunday, and then set the date of October 1 Sunday as Eshinni Day and Kakushinni Day. Together we show appreciation to Shinran Shonin, Eshinni, Lady Eshinni, and Kakushinni. And in 1978, where's the Hana-chan went there? 1978, there was the Buddhist Women's Association Conference, World Convention was held in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And almost 2,000 people are there, but the BCA of the United States, United States, our BCA, Federation Buddhist Women's Association, made a proposition to the whole world, let's select one Sunday and to choose as one Sunday and make the memorial service for Eshinni. And all those donations has to be used for the Buddhist education, the fund for having the young children grow as a Buddhist, as this Shinran Shonin, Eshinni-sama all wishes. So we said, and then Brazil, they decided. So every temple in BCA, one Sunday in October, Buddhist Women's Association, just like today, observe memorial service. That's the history. And the Kakushinni was added by the Southern District Buddhist Women's Association in the year 2002 at the conference. So Eshinni and Kakushinni. And we, the Southern District, wanted to also include Lady Yoshiko Otani, the 23rd Gomonshu, the Urakata, passed away, but that wasn't passed yet. So the Takata Sensei still can do that. Yoshiko Otani, we have the Lady Kujo, so we need one more from the current, the Lady Otani. And the Kakushin is youngest daughter, stayed in Kyoto after that mommy and the other brother, sister went back to Echigo, took care of that. And the Shinran Shonin passed away at age of 1263, and the Kakushin is the one who took care of the Shinran Shonin. And when Shinran Shonin passed away, the first letter that sent to the mother Eshinni found was the leading my lady was Eshinni, her husband Shinran Shonin, Kakushin's father Shinran Shonin passed away. And in that answering letter, Eshinni said, I know how much you took care of your dad, but I'm certain that he is now in the realm of Nirvana, becoming the Buddha. And not only that, Shinran Shonin is teaching that once you become the Buddha, you'll be coming back to this world. We call Genso Sekke, coming back and then help the others to find the teaching of the Nembutsu, and they all become the follower of the Nembutsu teaching. So the Shinran Shonin's unique aspect of Nembutsu teaching is you are not going to die. Physical life comes to an end. But your life not going to die, but become the next level of the life we call the Buddha yourself. So you become the Namu Amida Butsu, and then come back to this world to help the others to understand Nembutsu teaching until everybody comes. So even 40 years ago, 60 years ago, someone physically passed away. You can hear the voice. Voiceless voice they call. No? You say, 恋しやと思う心は我ならで親の心の通いくなり。When you miss your loved ones, it's not that you miss them. The loved ones, compassion and their love comes right back to you, so that they are the one who make us miss our beloved father, beloved mom. We are not the one making the effort to become the Buddha ourselves. It's that Buddha side coming to get us and grab us. And once Buddha grabs me, George Matsubashi, never, never forsaken. Genso Sekke. You are in the hand of the Amida Buddha, Namu Amida Butsu. Never, never you are let to go. Stay in the Namu Amida Butsu, become Namu Amida Butsu. So this is Kakushin-sama, followed Shinran Shonin and Eshin-sama teaching. And she is the one who became the first lady who organized Nembutsu teaching organization, the Honganji group in Kyoto, at the Yoshimizu temple. Eshin-ni, with request of the mother Ekishin-ni, Kakushin-ni made the mausoleum for Father Shinran Shonin, and then 7022 moved to Yoshimizu, from Yoshimizu to the Otani, the north part of the Otani Honbyo. So now Otani Honbyo became the mausoleum, Father Shinran Shonin. And then Kakushin is the one who became the first, the person who takes care of the father's mausoleum. So we call Rusushiki, first one. And then after she is getting old, give that to the son, Kakue. But the Kakue just stay as the mother's Rusushiki, the person who take care of the mausoleum, but nominated the child of the Zenran, the Yui Zen. He is Nyoshin is the one that become the second Monshu of the Honganji. So Shinran Shonin, and then Kakushin first, the Rusushiki, second generation Monshu become Nyoshin, that's a Zendan, the son's Shindan, grandson became. And then now Honganji has 25 generations. 25 generations. The Nembutsu teaching continue to follow, continue to grow, not only in Japan, but all throughout the world as one of the largest Buddhist organization within the world. So we are today honoring Eshinni-sama and Kakushinni-sama, saying thank you for them to say it. And Hana is the one who came back, went to Brazil with us for the Buddhist conferences 1978, when we passed the resolution of the Shinran Shonins, the wife, the Eshinni-sama, the day of the service. No? So honoring Eshinni, Kakushinni today, I am truly, truly grateful. 2000, just COVID started, no? I was invited to speak at the West LA Buddhist Temple. Takata Sensei was always nice, inviting me. And I was, the time coming closer to the service, I was in the hospital. So I called from the hospital, Sensei, I'm sorry, I'm gonna miss the West LA, the service this time. Please excuse me. And a year later, I was given another opportunity, and then same thing happened. I was so weak, not even able to come. And then I thought that was end. But this year again, I was invited. So nice of Takata Sensei and West LA, so that even though I do not think that my mind is clear at age of 88, same age as Eshinni-sama. Eshinni-sama passed away at age of 88. I am going to be 88 in November. And Okada Sensei is a year younger than I am, but same class we graduated. And we are all getting old. And so I was going to decline this time. Takata says, I'm sorry, I cannot make it. But to repay what I have received from the West LA Buddhist Temple, Takata Sensei, for such warm invitation, I accepted. But my wife said, you repeat so many things all the time, make it short. I know time is, I cannot see, the good thing I cannot see the time, you know. You can see the time, I'm speaking almost 40 minutes. You say, how come he talked too much? They finish. Good thing I cannot see any screen. So that I can see 10 to 11, you know. I'm sorry, Mr. Omae and Lisa. Mr. Omae is the one time from the Las Vegas hotel room. He did tell me how to do the Zoom service. That's where I learned. And then last time, because I wasn't physically up to it, so I asked if I could Zoom. And I couldn't handle my Zoom machine so that voice goes through, but picture goes and yet I was given another opportunity today. And I said to myself, this time, no matter how long, how crazy I am, I'm going to get West LA Buddhist Temple and say thank you to everyone in person. And this is going to be my last as a minister to speak at other temple. That I decided already. So this is the last time I'm going to speaking from the podium. I'm sorry that I took long talk, and my English is Japanese English. My Japanese is English Japanese, so that no matter which language I speak, this is the way I talk. And so that, and also on top of that, I've lost over 65 pounds the last year and a half. So that now I go to the Uniqlo Japanese clothing, and that's the only place I can buy small clothes for the men like me. So with that, losing 60 pounds, my posture that I have up and down is now tight, it's loose, so that when I speak, sometimes posture come down and up, and then I cannot speak. So that when I get the phone call from my insurance company and say, please tell your birthday, I said, November 5, 1937. 5 later, I couldn't understand it. So we just read again, November 5, 1937. I still can't have it. Will you please push the number on your keyboard? So that I'm sorry, I cannot even pronounce my birthday. So that the people say, please push your number 1105 1937. Then it goes through. Thank you again for the beautiful, beautiful gesture of inviting retired minister who is not really conditioned to speak in front of the people, but allow me to come and then give the chance to speak, and Eshinni-sama, Kakushinni-sama, and Shinran-sama. I'm truly, truly grateful. And I would like to say, as a neighboring temple from Venice, where I stayed 34 years, I remember Hata Sensei, Oda Sensei, they become the Buddha, and still they are the ones continue to guide us. So please keep that, and Takata Sensei is the one that keeps the traditional, the Buddhist organization, the custom and the worship and the ritual as you see it here, just like in Japan, Honganji. And not only he's a conservative, traditional, but he can use all the high technology experience. Some people are from Texas. I cannot see the screen, so good thing. Here, somebody is from Hawaii too, no? All over, yeah? So high technology. And then traditional, they combine one beautiful, beautiful sensei, become wonderful teacher of the Buddhist Church of America. I'm truly grateful. And Amy Sensei, the father, Reverend Kodo Umezu, is a long time, the friends of the Nishonganji Betsuin. He started Nishonganji, and I became long-time friends. So we are truly, truly grateful. And because of the last year fire, Okada Sensei moved into the dormitory here, and I was surprised that he was still be able to walk like me with a cane. But he said, you can still talk? Then I said, yeah, because I can still talk, that's a trouble. Sometimes you talk too much, that's a trouble. My wife said, go like that. That means you talk too much. That's a problem. So you don't talk, Sensei, that's good. Arigatou gozaimashita. Could you please join me in Gassho? Shinran Shonin is the one who left a lot of letters to his disciples, followers. The one of them is written this way. 我が年極まれてそうらえば、定めて先んじて往生しそうらわんずれば、浄土にて必ず待ち申し上げ候。いう阿弥陀仏御帰りごと親鸞。南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏。English 版がですね、My physical life come to very close to the end. I'm certain that I will be going into the realm of nirvana before you. When I get there, I will certainly await you in the land of the Buddha to become united again. Namami Dabutsu. Naman Dabutsu, Naman Dabutsu. ごめんなさいね、名護喋ってね、本当に I'm sorry that I go home. My wife said, you talk too much. No, now I cannot drive. My kids, my wife said, Daddy, don't drive anymore. I still have 4 more years driver's license, and 3.5 more years my battery of the pacemaker going to work. So that whichever comes first, I'm going to be gone. Shinran Shonin is 90, Shinni-sama was 88. I am going to be 88 in next month. I'm still here. Thank you. ごめんなさい。나만다, 나만다, 나만다, 나만다.
Thank you, Reverend Matsubayashi, for your Dharma message. We will now have the reading of Ryogemon.
I invite everyone to please join me, palms together in reverence, Gassho, as we recite together Ryogemon, words of understanding of our tradition. We rely upon Amida Buddha with our whole heart for the enlightenment in the life to come, abstaining from all sundry practices and teachings, and giving up the trust in our imperfect view. There is no doubt that the assurance of enlightenment comes at the very moment we entrust and we recite the Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, in joy and gratitude for the Buddha's compassion. We also acknowledge gratefully the benign benevolence of our founder and succeeding masters who have led us to live in this profound teaching, and we do now endeavor to follow throughout our lives the way laid down for us. Ryoge Shutsugon. もろもろの造業雑種自力の心を振り捨てて、一心に阿弥陀如来、我らが今度の一大事の御章、御助け将来へと頼み申して候。頼む一年の時、往生一条御助け事情と存じ、この上の称名はご恩報者と存じ、喜び申し候。この恩断り、長も申し訳候こと、ご解散承認ご出世のご恩、次第僧正の前時式の朝からざるご関係のご恩と、ありがたく存じ候。この上は定めおかせられる恩をきて、一号限り守り申すべく候。ナモアミダブツ、ナマンダブツ、ナマンダブ、ナマンダブツ、ナマンダブ、ナマンダブツ、ナマンダブ、ナマンダブツ、ナマンダブツ。
Now it's time for announcements. So on Wednesdays, we have Dharma class via Zoom at 7 p.m. The suggested donation is $40, and our next one will be on October 15th. The topic is Amita's Primal Vow for the Sake of Myself Alone. We also have Dharma class on Saturdays, also via Zoom at 11 a.m., and The topic for the next meeting is Powerfulness of Blind Passions, and that will be on October 18th. We have our monthly Dharma Kids program, and the next session will be on November 2nd. So if you have any children or grandchildren, please bring them to service for Dharma Kids. We also have a 2025 Southern District Buddhist Conference coming up. It will be hosted at the San Fernando Valley Honganji Betsuin Temple. This will be on October, October 25th, 2025. It is now $80 per person, and registration is due by 10/12. We have a Halloween party coming up, also on October 25th. This will be in the evening from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. It is free for kids that are members of the temple, and it's a $7 suggested donation for adults. Please RSVP by October 25th, 2025. You can email or call the temple. We have bingo at the temple. It is the third Friday of every month. It starts at 7 p.m. and the next bingo will be on the 17th of this month. It's all cash prizes, and a lot of people do attend from the neighborhood, so there's always a very good turnout. We have temple t-shirts. We have crew neck and V-neck styles. They're $20 each. We have WLABT on the front and the temple's logo on the back. And we also have a temple happy coat. It has the name of our temple in Japanese on the front, and on the back it has our logo. These are $85 for members and $90 for non-members. That concludes our service for today. We invite you to join us for lunch in the Kaikon afterwards, and then after that we have our matinee today, and the movie that we'll be showing is The Matrix. Sensei?
Matsubayashi Sensei, ありがとうございます。I guess many of you know, but I'd like to introduce Mrs. Matsubayashi. Thank you for joining today. And before lunch, I'd like to invite Ume Sensei to deliver a word of thanksgiving before meal.
Once again, please join me, Gasho, hands together. We are truly grateful for this opportunity to share this wonderful meal, thanks to all the many people and living beings that surround us who have made this occasion possible. We will receive this meal humbly with deep gratitude. 多くの命と皆様のおかげにより、このごちそうを恵まれました。深くごを喜び、ありがたくいただきます。はい、いただきます。
Would you please join me in 合唱。南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏。Please offer the incense. Thank you.